Shit, I forgot about the video. Okay, so that's how it's gonna come, just like that. That's what you're gonna receive. Now here's what we're talking about. Bendpak. For those of you who do or don't know, there's a lot of lifts online. There's everything from Chinese brands on eBay to Harbor Freight to everything in between. And then you'll stumble across name brands like this one. Bendpak is I will say a legitimate lift company, okay? They've been building lifts for a long time. They got a bigger sister company. Long story short, I've been looking for scissor lifts. I finally settled. I puckered down and I paid the extra money for the MD-6XP. Now, we'll go over all the features later, but this is how it's gonna come. It's gotta come by truck, so you better have a way to get it off the truck, or you need to order liftgate delivery. Now, you guys, first thing about this video, do not get punked out, okay? Do not order one of these from Amazon. Do not order one of these from eBay. Order it directly from Bendpak, and I'll tell you why. Not only was it cheaper through Bendpak, yes, cheaper, including shipping, the whole works. It ships out faster from Bendpak because they have these sitting on their shelf, and you don't have to have a third party that you give your money to, then they give it to Bendpak, then they wait till that transaction goes, then they ship it to the vendor and then to you, or sometimes just to you. But I don't have a way to get stuff off the semi. I'm still in the process of finishing this garage, but long story short, with liftgate delivery, the guy literally dropped liftgate, pallet jack rolled it in here, set it right here for me to disassemble for less than just the MSRP that you pay these third-party companies online. We're gonna unbox this together. The only step that I beat you guys to is I took the pump out of this box here. So we're gonna throw it over there. This, honestly, I don't know what's in here. I think it's gonna be the pucks and some other stuff. This is just the base plate. So that is the base plate for the pump assembly. Wherever you guys have them set this, know that it's staying there until you get the lift disassembled, and you absolutely are gonna need a jack. You're gonna need some manpower because I can't even pick an end of this up. This platform right here is 800 pounds. So that's just something to be cautious about. So you gotta release all these tabs. And I don't know if this is gonna stay. Might fall against the pump. Yep, that's totally fine. So here's what you're getting. That is how you are gonna move the lift around. So the biggest thing is having the ability to get this metal platform on the ground. Everyone likes unboxing videos, so I figured we would shoot an unboxing video. Okay, so clip those, take that strap off, clip this strap. No, just kidding, guys. Had to add a little humor. All right, here's that roller assembly for the base plate. So all this stuff over here. So the roller, handle, the base plate, the pump, that all goes together. Obviously, these yellow pieces are the arms. I'm kind of curious how heavy they are, actually. Oh, wow, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, that's a two-hander. Those are not flimsy. And yeah, I'm sure in the comments somebody goes, oh, I'll do that with one hand. Whatever. What's in here? I should have just grabbed a razor blade. So here's what I was wondering, okay, because the aftermarket websites are advertising that it comes with all these adapter plates. Now, obviously, the Bendpak one directly from them comes with the adapter plates as well. So you have like your conventional style where this just slides on, and then that goes against the pinch weld. And then you also have your stepped up style where it has spaced out adapters that would go like that. So that'd give you more of a lift against the frame, because this thing isn't very tall. Those of you working on a lot of lowered cars, stuff like that, not ideal, but it can work. What you do is you run boards along the side of it, because 95% of the cars that you're lifting with this, the wheelbase will be wider than the lift itself. So obviously it already comes, looks like it comes ready to go because the hydraulics are already there. I'm sure I'm gonna have to do a bleed procedure on it, stuff like that, but so far so good. It's all powder coated. It's got warranty, heavy duty rollers on here. We're gonna set it on the ground, pull it around, and then I'll start hooking the pump and all that kind of stuff up, and we'll get her going. Pretty stoked on it though. All right, that was not easy. So, in case anyone's in my same situation, I got one jack that works right now. That one, dude, that was my favorite jack. AC Delco 3.5. Freaking main seal failed on it. What I did is I tipped this up vertical. I jacked it up on the solid parts of the box, and I slid the front end down, walked it down, got some big pry bars, lifted up on it, started stacking sockets under it over there, and then I was able to hook the jack on it and drag it over here. For those of you in the comments, yes, I know I could have set that up and hooked it and tried dragging it, but I want to just get all the shit, all the box and everything out of the way, and then assemble it. So far so good. She's on the ground. I can get rid of all the boxing and packaging material, throw them over there, and then it's time for setup. All right, guys. Finally got around to it. It's been like a week and I haven't even touched this thing. Doing way too much side work and not focusing on the lift. All the side work I've been doing has been like underhood kind of stuff, so I haven't really needed it. This weekend's a little different. I got a lot of suspension jobs and stuff, so I knew for a fact that I had to get this going. So basically, the point we're at, I wheeled it over here. It's very basic install. This crossover remains the same. For some reason, they only want you not using the right side, only the left side. Like, apparently that's the only place you can plug the hose in, which is weird because this has a full cutout as well. Looks like you could install it on this side, and I'd rather have it on this side, but everything about it says left side and make sure that the right side plug is installed, so who knows. Anyways, Teflon tape, the fitting, or not Teflon tape, I actually use a Teflon gel, but you got to Teflon this fitting per the manual. Hook the straight on. You got the hydraulic hose. It's a decent length, which is nice. And then you pull this little rubber plug out, stick your fitting in there. One thing I would make sure to do is grease that. There's an O-ring plate that sits right behind here, and then you actually have to jam this nut into that O-ring, which will spin the whole assembly. Just make sure you have it in a position where you want it. Takes a little finesse, but got that all hooked up. Got it plugged in. So the manual is super basic. Essentially, we can come over here. Don't mind the beer. Don't drink if you're under 21. Set the power unit on the stand. Okay, so I did the stand. I don't have a fancy stand like this, which would be nice if I did. That's what you get with the 6XP. Literally just a base plate. And then you also, don't let me forget, have a little wheel dolly to move it around. And it is still extremely hard to move around with that wheel dolly, just so you guys know. Now, I don't care how strong you are, because it's really not about strength. It's about the fact that that weighs like nearly 900 pounds, and you can only lift up the front of it like 3 or 4 inches, and it does not roll very nice. So be advised, flat ground only. More blah, blah, blah. For those of you that are, mechanics or fairly experienced, you're not going to need to read the whole manual, okay? You get the power fitting installed with the O-ring. You run the hose. You run the straight through. You Teflon into this left side cylinder. Can't be the right for some reason. And I just plugged it in. We're going to see if she works. This is literally my first test. So, 6.5, maybe closer to 7 quarts of fluid. That's what I got on the stick. So that's actually not completely full. I'm going to add a little bit more, but I'm going to see, because the level, I think the level might drop or something. But so we're going to give her a try here. I'm going to press the power button and look at that. All right, now I won't lie. I did click it a few times to make sure the pump was running, and it probably purged some fluid out. So the first time you try it, it's probably going to be a delay before it starts lifting up. But I will say I only clicked it a couple seconds, maybe 2 or 3 times. Oh, she lit. Holy cow. Coming up quick. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, she works. Yeah, pretty simple deal though, guys. All right, guys. So I got the arms and pucks installed. Don't be like me, all right? I should know better, okay? But I screwed up. I set the arm like this. So I set it in its slot. And I go down and I reach to thread the nut on. Thing flies off. Puts a huge gouge in my new epoxy floor. Most of the weight is actually off of the backside of the arm. So that being said, you set this in here and you go to put the nut on and it's going to sling right off. And these things are heavy, okay? I'm not going to get all safety crazy on you guys. It'll break your foot in a second. Like shatter all the bones in your foot. They probably weigh 40, 50 pounds a piece. So, and they're rigid, okay? There's no give to them. So what I also did, you can't see on the bottom threads here. You might be able to see it oozing out, but I did use Loctite. These are lock nuts, but I also use Loctite. What you do, you drive it up all the way till it's flat, till it maxes out. I use my Milwaukee impact gun, and then you back it off just slightly so that you can, am I gonna be able to do it with one arm though? So you can slide the arms around, if that makes sense. And these little Allen bolts that you get, keep these from sliding off, obviously. All right, well, I decided to lift it up so you guys can kind of take a peek at it. This is essentially what it's gonna look like lifted up. There's the lift all set up. Anyways, that's the lift in a nutshell. Stay tuned and subscribe for more content, you guys, because I got tons of stuff out there. So.